Well, folks, Elise Stefanik is the House Republican Conference chair, and she grilled a bunch of top university presidents this week, and man, it was spicy. Joining us on the line is Elise Stefanik. She's House Republican Conference chair, the fourth most powerful seat in the House of Representatives. And, of course, she did an amazing grilling of a variety of top university presidents the other day, including Harvard, MIT, and University of Pennsylvania. Representative Stefanik, great to talk to you.
Good to be with you, Ben.
So obviously your exchange with these university presidents went absolutely viral because they could not answer a very simple question, which is whether they were willing to essentially say that it's forbidden at these universities to call for genocide against Jews. Why do you think they had such a tough time with that question?
It was an easy question, Ben. You put up any middle schooler across America, they answer that question correctly. You put up any three of my constituents, they would answer that question correctly. The fact that our ivory towers have been so perversed and rotted out by anti-Semitism that has grown on these so-called elite schools, it was stunning. And I've been in a lot of high-profile congressional hearings over my past decade in the House. This was unlike anything I have experienced before, and there is a reason that over 1 billion people have viewed this video because it is shocking to the conscious. Every single one of those university presidents should have said yes. They failed, and I believe they need to be held accountable.
Yeah, again, I think there's an ideological framework that supports that failure. There's a reason why they universally couldn't simply say the thing, when we all know that if you called for genocide of Black people or something, that you would immediately be expelled from these university campuses, without a doubt. If you said something similar about gay people, you would be expelled from these campuses without a doubt. You say it about Jews, and suddenly it goes by the wayside because of their intersectional framework whereby Jews are a member of the sort of oppressor class because they're too successful and all the rest of this sort of nonsense. That wasn't the only shocking moment from the hearing, however. There are a bunch of shockers. One of them that kind of went little noticed, I think, in the broader press, is when these university presidents were asked whether they support the existence of Israel as a Jewish state. And they all changed the sentence to say they support the existence of Israel as a state, which is an amazing statement in and of itself. They removed the idea as a Jewish state, the fundamental idea being there is no right for there to be a Jewish state to exist, or there's no justification for a Jewish state to exist. Again, this ties into a broader framework of ideas.
I also would point out, similar to what you just laid out, were there abhorrent answers. One that struck me was when I asked my question, does calling for the genocide of Jews break their university's code of conduct when it comes to bullying or harassment? Some of the answers were, it depends on if it's directed at an individual. Jewish people are individuals. Their answers were dehumanizing, which is a strain of anti-Semitism. They also said it depends on the context. There's no contextualizing of genocide. It is wrong, period. The only answer was yes. So the other thing that was stunning, Ben, is in the moment, and you couldn't see this in the film, but we had Jewish students from each of the schools attend the hearing. It was, of course, open to members of the public. And to see their horrified responses, and one of them was shaking in fear. Our Jewish students on these campuses across America are fearful, and unfortunately, rightfully so, because this is what they're hearing from their university presidents. So as I said, they each need to be fired. They don't deserve the dignity of resigning, and there needs to be accountability. And ultimately, Ben, I think there will be. I think you're seeing really an outcry from students, from parents, from alumni. But these three, I think this is going to go down as one of the most historic congressional testimonies in the history of Congress.
As a Daily Wire listener, you're not just informed, you are engaged. You value freedom and personal responsibility, and this is why you need to check out Medi-share. Medi-share is a community-based approach to healthcare that lines up with the principles you actually believe in. Your values matter, and with Medi-share, your healthcare dollars will not be used for medical procedures that don't line up with your beliefs. Medi-share is the highest-rated healthcare sharing ministry with a 30-year proven track record. It's not health insurance. It's a community of 400,000 believers committed to caring and sharing with one another. Members save up to 50% or more on their monthly healthcare costs. Member satisfaction surveys show they like Medi-share much more than their own health insurance. Why? Well, because Medi-share actually works. For a limited time, Daily Wire listeners will receive a $150 gift card when they join Medi-share. To find out more, go to Medi-share.com/Ben. That's Medi-share.com/Ben. Terms and conditions do apply. Go check them out right now. Medi-share.com/Ben. And again, this helps you not only get great medical coverage, but your healthcare dollars are not going to be used for medical procedures that you have moral objections to. Go check them out right now. Medi-share.com/Ben. I've been talking about my Helix mattress for years. I've had Helix for, 10 years at this point. It is great. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Every night when I get into bed, I'm reminded how excellent my Helix sleep mattress is. Helix is now introducing their newest, most high-end collection, Helix Elite. Helix Elite harnesses years of extensive mattress expertise to offer a truly elevated sleep experience. The Helix Elite collection includes 6 different mattress models, each tailored for specific sleep positions and firmness preferences. Head on over to helixsleep.com/Ben. Check out the new collection today. If you're nervous about buying a mattress online, well, you don't have to be. Helix has a sleep quiz. It matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress, because why would you buy a mattress made for somebody else? I took that Helix quiz. I was matched with a firm but breathable mattress, which is what I need. If the mattress is too soft, I get back pain. If it's not breathable, I heat up too much at night. Helix right now is offering you 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for my listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/Ben. It is their best offer yet. It's not going to last long. With Helix, better sleep starts right now. Go check them out right now. Helix has a 10-year warranty. You can try it out for 100 nights risk-free. Go to helixsleep.com/Ben to get started. I totally agree with that. I mean, one of the things that truly is amazing about all of this is watching these 3 university presidents who have very strict speech codes. I mean, Harvard has one of the strictest speech codes in the country. Suddenly become free speech advocates when it comes to what you can say about Jews was quite a switch in time. That was commented on not just by Republicans. That was commented on by Democrats like Seth Moulton and Jake Auchincloss from Massachusetts. They were saying, like, Harvard ranks last in terms of free speech on campus, and suddenly they're getting all wobbly when it comes to what you're allowed to say about Jews. It's a pretty amazing thing. So, Elise, what exactly should happen to the universities more broadly? Even if you get rid of these particular presidents, they're obviously indicative of a system that picked them. I mean, they're not nobodies. They didn't come from nowhere. They came from a particular stew of ideology that is incredibly prevalent on these campuses. Should there be a broader investigation into federal funding of these campuses generally, unless they get rid of their DEI speech codes? Because the reality is that DEI, the entire diversity, equity, inclusion framework, which ranks people in terms of their group identity as to whether they're oppressor or oppressed, who gets to say what, and it's different for everybody. Well, shouldn't we de-link federal funding to these universities as long as they are going to engage in exactly this sort of perverse ideology?
Yes, absolutely. And I will tell you, I'm in conversations with the chair of the Education and Workforce Committee. I, of course, chair the House Republican Conference to launch an investigation with subpoena power of these universities to expose and deliver transparency to the American people and also accountability. When it comes to federal funding, Ben, these schools should be defunded. There should be no federal funds provided to schools that promulgate anti-Semitism on their college campuses. And to your point on DEI, one line of questioning that I was not able to get to because I was so stunned by my question that I asked them, at Harvard, hundreds of students reached out to the DEI office, raising concerns over the rise of anti-Semitism on college campus, and they refused. The Office of DEI refused to have one day or one staffer even focused on the rise of anti-Semitism. So again, it's not fair to Jewish students. They should not have to be on campuses in this environment, and we need to absolutely stand up. And one way to do that is through an investigation with subpoena power, because I think we're just scratching the surface with that testimony. I think it's going to be pervasive within the faculty. We know it's pervasive in the faculty, as well as just the double standards that are kept at these universities.
Well, that is Representative Elise Stefanik from the House Republican Conference Chair. Again, she did an amazing job yesterday quizzing and grilling the presidents of Harvard, UPenn, and MIT. If you haven't seen the clip, you should go watch it right now. Representative Stefanik, really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Ben.
Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.